Shalom, shalom. Alright. First and foremost, I would like to say, Kal Ayamla Yehovah Bashim Yosha Bashim Arakakodash. And double honors to the elders of the apostles, the great millstone, GMS, who do rule and teach well. And brother here, Shamash Wan Ban Yehoda, out here. Have to move camp in today. I went out there first. Woke up, hearing the heavy rain. And I was like, oh shit, I can't go out there like that. It'll just be too much. When the ground is kind of flooding around you and trains are slow, it would be better just to teach inside. Then I kind of waited it out a little bit. Then I actually went out there, and then the wind speed, still raining here and there, but the wind speed is got so much that it would just blow up in my umbrella immediately. And that was happening before I even got to the camp spot. So I decided to make the call that I'll just move camp inside for today. So as we all know, you gotta be in season, so just because I gotta move it in doesn't mean that I'm gonna just not do anything and just not give you brothers something. But the wind and the rain is picking up again, so we try our best out here, man. But most I knows our works, so a lot of stuff going on in the news. We'll go into certain things here and there. We can go into the border wars for right now. So border feud. Democrats call on Biden to seize control of Texas National Guard to ensure an endless invasion by illegals. Right. So this is what's going on right now. This is from naturalnews.com. Response to Texas Governor Greg Abbott's call for the Texas National Guard to secure the state's southern border with Mexico. A pair of Texas Democrats calling on President Biden to seize control of the Texas National Guard before Abbott gets his way. Right, so now they want to seize the National Guard and take control of it. Things like that. Of course, this is probably outdated by now. This is from January 26th. I believe a little bit more has come out. Biden pretty much said, he promises he'll do it after some, bipartisan bill passes that will give support to Ukraine. But the fact of the matter is that, stuff like this is going on in the world and going on in this country. Tensions rising. Representatives Joaquin Castro and Greg Casar are warning that Kasser warned that Greg Abbott is attempting to apply the Supreme Court's order to allow border control agents to cut the wire he had installed as barriers in Rio Grande near Eagle Pass. Representative Greg Abbott is using the Texas National Guard to obstruct and create chaos at the border. Castro told World on X. Abbott's defying yesterday's Supreme Court ruling. President of the United States needs to establish sole federal control of the Texas National Guard now. Caesar answered Castro's word with a similar statement of his own. I agree with Phil Quinn. Castro, Texas. Abbott defying yesterday's Supreme Court ruling that President of the United States, POTUS, needs to establish sole federal control of the Texas National Guard. Right, and you see here, did you know that a shadowy network of secretive non-governmental organizations behind the southern border invasion? Absolutely. And there's all kinds of trials and tribulations that the Northern Kingdom goes to just to get here. And we can this is my favorite. Grasshoppers. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 4 and 23. 4 is not my mind to be cursed to hide things, but such as pass by us daily, namely, wherefore Israel is given as a reproach to the heathen, and for what cause the people whom thy love is given over unto the godly nations, and what the law of our forefathers brought to naught, and the written covenants come to none effect, right? Because we're at the bottom, right? It was sincere also applies 70 AD, etc., and applies to now. What, people in this low position, because of the curses. And we pass away out of the world's grasshoppers, and life is astonishment, fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy, right? Because we went off, we did idolatry, sacrificing to demons. Even when we came out of Egypt, even as early as then, we were sacrificing to idols and worshiping the golden calf and things like that, and worshiping Moloch and Ishtar and so on and so forth, and orgies and all the stuff that comes with it. And the Most High gave us up to these, to the heathen, which he's done multiple times. And during the Dark Ages, we had a little bit of a respite. And then when the devil was loose for a little season, came back into power again, put us into slavery. He got the northern kingdom. Well, really, first he took down Jake in Europe, and then he went over, brought some of those Jakes out there from they say the first slaves came from Spain. Our brothers got into it, brought them down to South America, places like that, if I'm correct. But they went over, got the northern kingdom as well, and they jacked them up. So that was like a transfer of power starting to go down, and then it took some time. I think Jake was ruling. We know Jake was ruling all the way into the 1600s, with King James and stuff. So they had little pockets of Jake still around. But one time they lost that too. We lost all the rulerships and everything. So when it means you pass away out of grasshoppers, means that we just die, we're insignificant. I remember the elders, I can't remember which video it was, but it was a long time ago. And he was, I think it was Other Apostle Gabar. He was talking about some comedy show or something. It's an old video, and he was saying that the comedian was saying that that niggas make dying an art. Niggas dying is an art form. Niggas are good at dying, which makes sense that he would say that, because niggas just die all the time. They just be dying. They just all the fucking time. And that's the curses. People die in gang wars, die here, die there, and die so much that it's an art form to it. It's not just Southern Kingdom, it's Northern Kingdom too. They be dying all the time, and they're dying as we speak, as some of them get snatched up, and they're trying to cross over to over here. And there's that documentary Muckrakers posted that goes into all of it. Very shady stuff going on for these people, our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters to get in here. And you also got heathen going in, Ammon and Ishmael coming into, which I'll probably go into that stuff too. Let's see here, yeah. Son's thy daughter, right? Let's see here. Stop trust these, yeah. The sons of thy daughter shall be given to other people, and I shall look and feel a longing for them all day long. There shall be no might in thy hand, right? We know this happened, while we were really getting taken down, but it's still happening to this day. And hell, our own people are doing it to each other. These gangs, these criminal organizations. We hear things where they'll capture a woman and take them and rape them and stuff, and then leave them for dead. And I've heard all kinds of stuff that goes down. So human trafficking, so human trafficking is still something that goes on. Obviously, still happens to our people. It happens in our neighborhoods. It happens in no other kingdom, and it happens in Southern Kingdom. It happens to us both. Where women and children get snatched up. Partially it's their own fault. Some of these women to be out, late and you get captured, and it'd be over for you. So Jeremiah 53:3, just saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and the Lord took them captives, held them fast, they refused to let them go. Yeah, that's what happened. He held them fast, and here, held them fast, Kazakh, strengthened, prevail, hardened, held them strongly, restrain, seize, strong, fortify, harden, make strong, severe. Wow, prevail upon, held them. Well, it's also Kazakh, so yeah, to make them severe, what they did unto us, what they still do is severe. The U.S. government, they allow this stuff to go down. They send these NGO organizations, they are out there working with the criminal organizations, and it's what you get. It's what you get. So it's wild, bro. But they go out there and they capture Jake, and the elites are all involved in this stuff. Probably has something to do with the adrenal gland stuff, adrenal trade. I'm trying to be circumspect here how I say it. Yeah, and then also that Ishmael is coming through the border, right? Because they got a bunch of Ishmaelites here in America, and there's only gonna be more. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 28. All the horrible vision and the appearance stuff from the east, the Middle East, right? East versus west, and that's what World War III is all about. And the staging area will be, in the Middle East, Fertile Crescent, and that whole area. That's where all the nations are putting in their money. They're all going towards the Middle East. You got oil, you got, resources down there, and everyone's looking towards these oil-rich nations and towards that whole, area up and down. It's ruled by, extremist ideologies, Salafism and, Wahhabism and stuff like that. And these religions, and, especially Ishmael follow, order them to basically kill anyone that doesn't follow Islam. So all that stuff has been used as a, as like a spark to just kind of arm them up for war. And that's Ishmael shall be, a wild man, like it says in the scriptures. He's, wild with his shit. Certain things about Ishmael. I know that there's spittle, right? Like in the spittle until you drop the fall from the vessel, which is like 2nd Ezra 6 and 56, if I'm correct, or 5 and 56, one of those. But we know they drop the fall from the vessel, but certain things that they do are still admirable. They're willing to blow themselves up and kill themselves for the things that they believe in. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing to see. They're doing it for the wrong reason, but we want to have that kind of same mindset. Not we're like gonna be terrorists or something, but you feel so strongly about this truth that you're willing to just give your life up immediately. There's no second thoughts. There's no, oh man, what about this or that? You're willing to give your life up for this truth, for what you believe in, and that you're not willing to bow and kowtow to the globalist and bow the knee to Baal. Right. So our nations, the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and will to them shall be carried as a wind upon earth, and all they that hear them may fear and tremble. Right. So here, Ishmael must have a lot of weaponry they have bought from their respective allies. Russia, depends on. Alright, I had to take the garment off because people are in the house. I have to play circumspect. Unfortunately, I'm poor and I still live with my parents, so still gotta do the work, still gotta, make these moves, but, I'm just poor. I don't have a lot of money. So right, they should have a lot of weaponry that they bought for their respective allies. Right, like lords should be careful as one opponent. Lords come to destroy them. They rob, mix of different Arab groups, as well as Iranians, which are Elamites, so different people. Also, the army in the region of Africa shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and a great power shall they come and join battle with them. Shall waste a portion of the land of Assyria. Right, Assyrians represents America, right, and that's I think Isaiah the 10th chapter goes into all that. Right, so that's what they're gonna do, and even in that documentary, Other Pulse Tar, he made a video talking about it. I don't know if he went to the scripture. I didn't watch the whole video. I just pretty much wanted to see what documentary he was talking about, and after that I went and go watched it for myself, because I'm not gonna watch a video and not go watch it for myself. That's ridiculous. Why even bother watching the video at that point? I'm gonna go ahead and watch it for myself. Right, so that's what's gonna happen. Something's gonna go down, and even in that documentary they show you Iranians coming into the country. So that's what's gonna go down. They're gonna come in and they're gonna do something, and they're gonna blow up something or do something, and they're gonna waste a portion of the city of America, not the city of America. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but something's gonna go down. And, you already know that was Ali Khamenei, who was already saying stuff calling for terror attacks. So hey, that stuff is going down, man. Abbott defies Supreme Court rule and tells Texas National Guard to set more razor wire. Failed Texas gubernatorial and Senator Cabinet Beto O'Rourke. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, join on the fun by making a similar call on Biden to take control by the Texas National Guard, so Abbott is unsuccessful in keeping the razor wires till the Eagle Pass. In case you missed it, the Supreme Court ruled in the 5-4 decision that Border Control can cut the razor wire that Abbott has installed at Shelby Park in the Eagle Pass, pending further review of a lawsuit. They respond to the Supreme Court of the U.S. ruling by continuing to defend the sovereignty of Texas, ordering the National Guard to pursue erect the razor wire borders across the border regardless. It's not over. Abbott declared Texas razor wires an effective deterrent to illegal border crossings. Biden encouraged this. I'll continue to defend constitutional security to secure the border, prevent the Biden admin from destroying our property. Yeah, and I'm happy to see it. I hope the this stuff keeps going down, man. I like to see these devils get at each other's necks, and I like to see this place crumble before my very eyes. This place did nothing but make our lives live in hells. It brought us disease, death, torment. The food is shit, the air is shit, and everything in this country is shit. The women are fucking ridiculous. They're all hoes, and I'm happy to be able to wake up, see the Wadi al-Bashim Shai forgive me another day to wake up and see this country fall apart day by day. Right? This land, these Edomites, not just Americans, but all you Edomites, you've ruined us as a people, man. People are all into all the stuff it talks about in Romans, the first chapter, and they're just ridiculous at this point. Slovakia, right? The burden of Egypt, the Lord rideth upon the swift clouds shall come to Egypt, and house Egypt shall be moved with his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And also the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. So America against American, wars, rumors of wars, or proxy wars, right? And that's what you're seeing, right? You see all these wars go on, and see civil wars. This is just an example of a civil war starting to unfold. It's not like a big thing. It's not blown out into an official war. Where you have Texas and its allies like Alabama, Virginia. Different states have kind of come out, and I guess their governors have pretty much come out and say hey, we support you. We support what it is you're doing, standing against the U.S. government. you know, but this is only something that's going to get worse and, you know, only grow from here, you know. So yeah, we can read on a little bit more. The federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. I wrote in a letter addressing the standoff between the state and the feds in Eagle Pass. The executive branch of the United States has a constitutional duty to enforce federal laws protecting states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. Those laws that he has smashed records for legal immigration. Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution only allows the president to invoke the use of the National Guard if it becomes federalized, which can only occur with the governor's permission. Biden could potentially get around this by invoking the Insurrection Act, some legal experts say. Right, and then, you know, they have like a little thing from invasionnews.com, which is where I assume this is where this comes from. Yeah, just coming in and looking at some stuff that's recent, right? And of course, Texas is pretty much, you know, installing more razor wire. You know, it says that 25 states support Texas asserts right to self-defense and stars more razor wire. Trump calls on states to deploy National Guard troops to Texas to protect the border amid Biden-Abbott feud. Yeah, so wow, I'm even seeing this one. In-N-Out Burger announces closure of its Oakland, California location due to a wave of car break-ins and robberies. Holy shit. Wild. Yeah, reckless illegal immigration, part of a large scale to destroy America, warns Border Patrol source. Absolutely. You know, because you're bringing them in, you're bringing in, you know, soldiers, bringing foreign spies, agents. You know, I mean, second entrance just proved that, you know, 15, that you're going to have some sort of soldiers or some sort of Iranian special forces group, perhaps, or something in here that's going to do something you know, during World War III and, you know, blow up a part of a city, or maybe they're able to, you know, somehow do some consecutive bombings across multiple states, you know, and the sky's the limit, you know, there's a lot of things they can do. Maybe they blow up the power grid or something, they cut down power in multiple states or something, or, you know, something, they're gonna do something, I don't know. For this should be, this book of 2 15 and 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Absolutely, destruction to them. Right, and then, you know, 2 says, you know, basically, blessed be they that are left behind, you know, those that are, it's basically better to be alive in those times than to, you know, pass away out of the world, you know, just so you can be able to see how, you know, the end times play out, you know. So that's pretty much a, you know, scripture to, you know, cut anyone that says, oh, well, the scriptures doesn't explicitly say that you're not allowed to kill yourself or something, or someone wanted to say something silly like that. Like, absolutely not. We're not going to do that. And we're not taking the easy way out around here. We're going to stand our ground and, you know, teach this word until the very, well, not to the very end, but, you know, till Jacob's trouble comes out. You know, then, you know, we can get off the internet and, you know, they're going to clip our channels and you get to lose over 1,000 videos, over 1,000 times you put your stuff out there, all that's going to be gone, you know, so we get to enjoy that, you know, but we're going to get you guys back anyway, you know. So guys, 50-50 for the sword and destruction, draw off 9. One people shall stand up and fight against another, swords in their hands, right? Civil wars, race wars, political parties will fight, swords, guns, chains, pipes. You know, sword is just it means a tool of battle. For there should be submission among men, reading one another, they should not regard kings or princes, and of course their actions shall stand their power. So sedition, anti-government rhetoric, right? And so we're seeing anti-federal government rhetoric, right? They should not regard the kings or princes, of course their actions stand their power. They break a tie, break officials' homes, or the compounds looking for supplies, right? And this is what's going to happen when the famine comes in. You know, all hell is just going to break loose, you know. But we're seeing stuff on a little level right now, but You know, that's why the elders and apostles say, man, we don't really see this place surviving past 2025, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it on that. I mean, we could read a little bit more. Man shall desire to go to the city and shall not be able, because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's what's going on. That's why this country, you know, is not gonna find any success. It's just, you know, dying out more and more and more. You know, they have their pride towards our people. You know, they don't even have enough humility. You know, even though reparations are nothing, but they're never gonna give back any reparations. Or, you know, they don't have no anti-black crime bill. I don't know if there's even an anti-Latino and Latina crime bill. You know, I don't even think there's an anti-Native American crime bill. You know, but you know what they do. They treat all of us like shit. They treat the Native Americans like shit. They pushed them all into that little reservation, and you know, there's like a lot of poverty over there. You know, it's like, you know, you just kind of leave them. You know, some are able to do decently and do like casino work and whatever, which that's not against the scriptures. You can own a casino and whatever and own businesses, but you know, a lot of the Native Americans are not in a great case. You know, and it's all because Esau took his land, took Gad's land, pushed them off. Gad and Reuben hunted them, you know, and you know, moved them, and they were getting sick on like mass scales, you know, on the little, like, you know, on the Trail of Tears. Like I told you, brothers, I watched a documentary on the Trail of Tears not too long ago, which I want to finish. And you know, it kind of goes into all of it, right? So let me see, what is this article from? Yes, it's from yesterday, January 27, 2024. Oil tanker on fire in Gulf of Aden after Houthi missile attack. Oil tanker in the Gulf of Aden is on fire after missile attack by Yemen's Houthi militants. Italy's incident linked to a Iran-backed group in its key shipping route. The operator of the British oil tanker Marin Luanda said Friday the vessel had been struck by a missile in the Gulf of Aden. The transitioning to the Red Sea, and the firefighting equipment on board is being deployed to suppress and control the fire, causing the one cargo tank on the starboard side. Iran-backed militants claim responsibility for the attack, seeing an aggression they had fired on the tank in response to the American-British aggression against our country, Yemen, and in support of our Palestinian people. Right, so yeah, so it's a British oil tanker, so they're attacking it because it's allied with Britain. It comes from Britain. The commodities group, Trafigura, which operates the ship and has offices in Britain, said it's monitoring the situation, and the military ships in the region are on the way to provide assistance. Right, and you know, all those oil riggers and stuff like that, they all have like security forces, and you know, they're all like, you know, interspersed and mixed up with the military and stuff. The British government has yet to comment on the attack. U.S. Central Command said the ships has issued a distress call for damage at the militants fired an anti-ship ballistic missile from a Houthi-controlled area, Yemen. The U.S.'s Carney, a guided missile destroyer, and other coalition ships that responded and are rendering assistance, Central Command said. NASA's fired information for rescue management system firms on Friday detected a still continuing blaze in the Gulf of Aden near to the last known location of the Martin Luanda. Yeah, wars, rumors of wars, man. We've been talking about earlier in the day. The USS Carney has shot down a Houthi ship, anti-ship ballistic missiles that targeted U.S. warship, according to the U.S. Central Command. There was no injuries or results of the attack on the USS Carney. Alright, so, hey man, like we already brought out, you know, dragons of Arabia, you know, shall remember their nature. There's nothing wrong with going back into it again. Yeah, oops. Yeah, so, oh, actually, I didn't actually get into this. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't get into that one, but I could have gone into that one already. I could have gone into that one, but I forgot. Whoops. I should have went into that one. That was my bad. I should have read down. Yeah, so we can honestly just go into it again. This is the book of Sages 15:31. And so the dragons of the upper hand, remembering their nature, right, to be wild, right? And as I said before, with Islam, they got your different schools. You got like the one that's like militant, that's really focused on like being militant, is like Wahhabism. And I think a lot of them, the Islam groups, like these terrorist groups, follow a little Salafism as well. But I think Wahhabism is like the main one that's like the most brutal, and they pretty much call for death to anyone that doesn't believe in what they believe in, and they'll just go out there and just like behead them and kill them and stuff. Even if you don't follow their specific way of Islam and you just follow another school of Islam, they'll still kill you anyway. Which in certain ways that's admirable. Because of course once the Lord comes back, all of you that don't believe in what we believe in, you're just going to be destroyed. And even if you happen to and you're just a heathen, you're still going to get destroyed. So it doesn't particularly matter. One way or another, you're gonna get destroyed. And I don't care. I absolutely don't care. I just tolerate you people, and I coexist with you people because if at possible, be at peace with all men. But if I could, I would. If I could wreak havoc right now, I would, but I can't, and I'm just gonna coexist with you people. And and when you ask me a question, give you a little smile and whatever, and set you on your way, I'll be polite and whatever. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I cannot fucking stand you fucking people, bro. Like, get the fuck away from me. You fucking nigga. You know what I mean? No more jokes. Yeah, in verse 32, then these shall be in trouble with blood and keep silence to their power and shall flee. Right? Arab nations will unite against America. Word blood is a typo, it's not an apocrypha. Those that come against the Arab nations will retreat. From the land of Syria shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of their kings, and the whole shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. And absolutely, and strife among their kings is stuff that we're seeing already, going on, even with America and Britain going against Yemen. You got different groups inside NATO and the EU that aren't really, or in the UN also, that aren't really going for this. They don't really believe in this. Back in Israel against Palestine, because of the brutality and stuff that goes on, the murder and the killings and stuff like that, and the bombing and all that stuff that goes down over there. Basically how they're persecuted and mistreated and stuff like that, kept poor and lowly. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. But you gotta remember that Amalek, in his books, his writings, he pretty much admits and says that, hey, we see everyone that isn't us as inferior, and we basically say we have the right to destroy you and kill you. Which of course we believe the one that we're the real people, that we're really the superior people, and everyone else is inferior. Absolutely. But at the same time, on this side, we don't believe in just committing mass genocide or doing. And even with that, even with killing them, there's limits that you do. Amalek, does like raping kids and stuff and being a pedophile. Like that's like some different shit. Like that's some weird shit, man. Making the men, be butt naked and putting them in the snow and shit. I thought I saw something like that. Like they're stripping them naked and making them walk around. And I was like, hey, yo, bro. You're not supposed to look at another man's nakedness, bro. I do not want to see that shit. Put on some clothes and then, put you down. But at the same time, when we have our rulership, things are going to be in order. We're not going to be on some weird shit, some pedophile shit like Amalek is. And Amalek's he's gonna get messed up in the kingdom, man. It's gonna be rough for Amalek. Amalek be saying the most, right? And he don't even believe in the Most High, man. He believes in Talmud and all this stuff, and he actually believes you can pray to Satan. Those unorthodox ones, like Kabbalah, which they believe in that because in the Kabbalah, they believe in like deceiving angels and like hiding, like I went into it before, but go look at my page. But like they believe that if they pray not in Hebrew, right, which you should pray in Hebrew. I mean, you don't necessarily have to, right? You can be all righteous, but you should at least say the Our Father, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, right, so on and so forth, right? Prayer in the Paleo Hebrew. Honestly, if you can, you should say all your prayers in Hebrew, because Sirach, the first chapter, says that the prayers in Hebrew has a different effect than if you say it and you translate it into another language. But it's a building process for everyone. We're all here building. Like brothers always say, they use the gym analogy. You start off, you can only bench 45 pounds on the barbell, but over time, you do 135 and then 225, and before you know it, you'll be busting out repetitions with 400 pounds, and you'll become a legend. So that's just the way it works. Same thing in the truth. You just got to start small, in the spirit, and over time you just kind of grow in the spirit. Of course, it's much different and of a much more beautiful and complete thing than anything to do with lifting weights. Lifting weights, you have to take a break, but with the truth, you're supposed to do the truth every day. You're supposed to always know who you are. You're supposed to meditate upon these scriptures and make these videos, and you do a video and it's like, man, what am I going to talk about next? What do I want to do next? What's going to be the next thing? Right? So that's pretty much it, right, on this front. And the rest is pretty much about Iran's proxies. Now they have a bunch of them, and so on and so forth. Let's see here. Red Sea Houthi attacks will screw up global supply chains more than any pandemics, and the price is skyrocketing. Right, nationalnews.com. No need to really go into that one. But the other topic I had on my mind was I remember I was scrolling through YouTube not too long ago, just kind of goofing off, looking at random stuff and whatever, and I remember I saw the video. Is a pretty famous short that goes around by some channel that says Hebrew Israelites have no chill. And I was watching it, and I was like, that's really what they think about us, that we got no chill, that we're just, wild, crazy guys that getting on everyone's case, but, they don't really understand that, we're supposed to be like that. So Isaiah 13:1, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see, right? This one's really talking about, America, right? Lift up your banner upon the high mountains, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles, right? The banner, the truth of the Bible, high mountains, America, shake the hand means to rebuke, so basically being called to rebuke this place, like you rebuke, like, Shalak real, what I mean? Like, yeah, man, fuck you people are all wicked, we don't say it like that, but you say this place is fucking wicked, man. The homosexuality, the alphabet shit. I don't know. I don't talk like that, but some brothers. I don't even know if other brothers really talk like that, but I'm trying my best of doing an impression of other people. And I can't really do it like that. I just don't know the way I talk. I'll just say, this place is absolutely wicked. You got all this shit going on, and alphabet shit, and women thinking that they are at the same level of men, every other woman on TikTok and in the gym thinking that they're something special, and saying that they're stronger than men. It's like, once that man seriously locks in and starts training seriously for like a month, he's gonna have double your lifts. Like, you think you're so fucking proud of your 135-pound bench press? Any man in like a month will bench that for like 30 repetitions in like a month. So please stop. Any man, when he locks in, will make that shit look like the bar. Alright, so please stop. It's madness. You know, all this pride and stuff, you know, and scriptures tell us that in the last days, you know, we'll say men shall be lovers of themselves, but it's women too. They all posting shit showing their ass, and you know, all the men showing themselves with their shirts off and this and that, you know. Which, I mean, I get it if you're out there, you're trying to get laid and stuff like that, you know. I can see that, but you know, I mean, for the same token, you know, I'm not doing some shit like that, man. You know, not unless I'm getting paid, man. Not no gay shit, but you know, if you're some sort of competitor, you're some sort of athlete, if you're a boxer, if you're a fighter, you know, something like that, then I could see it, man. If you're like an MMA fighter, or maybe you fight in the gym or something, and I could see that, you know. Or if you're at the beach, but you know, we're not out here no prideful shit. Right. It's the book of Isaiah 19. Oh yeah, in that day Egypt be like unto woman, and shall be afraid and fear, because the shake of the hand of the Lord of hosts, she shaketh over it. Right, and that's the rebuke of the prophets, man. It's us. You know, this place, feminine vibration coming up now, but it will turn up. And once there's no jobs, and of course will turn up once again. Once the chariots come down, they'll be having heart attacks and stuff like that. And, you know, it'll be rough, man. They'll be bugging the hell out. You know, it talks about that wisdom psalm in the 14th chapter with all these apparitions and stuff that's gonna start coming down. People having heart attacks, bugging the hell out. You know, so. But you gotta imagine that, like, it's gonna be horrible in those days. People gonna be shitting in their pants and stuff. Like, think of what people do nowadays when they get really fucking scared. You know, they piss themselves, they shit themselves. You know, like even on like a light level, like if you hear anyone talk about, you know, if they had a gun pointed at them, like they'll shit their pants immediately. You know, piss themselves because like, holy shit, death is coming. You know, like I'm this close to dying. This is over for me. It's never been more over. Right, so shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, prophecies coming out, and the men of the Lord prophesying against them. Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we've been called out here to do. You know, your eyes shall see thy teachers. So we've been called here to do all that. And see what else we got here. Because we're here, might as well check out what else they got. Reprove not so Proverbs 9 and 8. Reprove not a scroll, he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, he will love thee. Constrict to the wise man, he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, he will increase in learning. Right, you know, they're supposed to cast out pearls before swine, so this is all the stuff that we go do. Because they always say that we have no chill, but you know, we'll spend time on someone, you know, it's actually worth it. But if you're not worth it, you know, for the most part, just leave your ass alone unless you come up to us and start bugging out. Then we'll get on your case. But on a general level, we'll rebuke this place. You know, we always rebuke this place. Sirach 22 is better to reprove than to be angry secretly. He that confesses fault shall be preserved from hurt. Absolutely. You know, Sirach 20:30, wisdom that is hidden, treasure that's hoarded up, what profit is in the boast. Exactly. You know, so you're supposed to hide that wisdom. We're supposed to go out there and bring out this truth. We're supposed to go out there and, you know, show forth that wisdom, right? And if you have treasure and stuff like that, and it's all hoarded up, you just hold on to it, and you never show it out or do anything with it. You know, invest it or something. You have like a whole bunch of money or something, and you just don't do anything with it. And that's the point, you know, invest in it or something. I'm just thinking about it on a modern level. Better see the height is folly than the man the height is wisdom. Absolutely. So if you've been given that talent, you just say, oh man, I don't want to go out there. I don't want to do this, man. You know? And then you got that one. Yeah. Let's see what else they got. Alright, it's a little laggy. This is another one I want to get. I don't really necessarily need to see it here, but I just brought some of these out just to get some ideas. But Yeah. Isaiah 5 and 11, and have no flesh with the fruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right? So we're commanded to go out there and go against this world. And it's fact 4 and 2, preach the word in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. That's what we all do. You know, we're supposed to be out there in all weather, you know, of course, to the best of our ability, you know, like we brought out, you know, the elders out there last week, they had no choice but to bring it in because of the immense cold, you know, and I had to close it up early. You know, I did what I could, but, you know, I tried to go out there and give you as much as I could, but, you know, the weather was just too inclement. And like when the wind gets that bad and it starts pushing your camera over and your camera falls down, or, you know, stuff happens, or the wind gets so bad it blows your umbrella open, you know, the rainwater gets so high that it, you know, you try to stand and you're just standing in a puddle of water and your bag is soaked. There's not a whole lot you can really do with that one. And then you got, oh yeah, there's a few more I'm thinking of. Well, at least I think I got two. Southernmost. I'm just doing this because this is like the easier way to find this. So this is the book of Acts 1 and 8. We receive power after that the Holy Spirit has come upon you. Should be witnesses both unto me and all Judea and Samaria and to the uttermost part of the earth. Right? So Judea to collect the circumcision, uttermost part of the earth is America. Last time in place or lowest. So that's what it is. Yeah, last in place or lowest. So on the other side of the world, low-lying hill, low-lying place, valley, a shadow of death. You know, so that's where we've been. Right. Paul Khan. I forgot about this one. Isaiah 24 and 16. For the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, giving glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness woe unto me. Trust dealers have dealt trustlessly, yea, the trustless dealers have dealt very treacherously. From the uttermost part of the earth we heard songs, giving glory to the righteous. Other side of the earth is here in America. We sing songs, aka the truth, right? They'll sing a new song, right? Because we complain about our oppressors, so we're commanded to do this. My leanness woe unto me. Trustless dealers have dealt treacherously, yea, trustless dealers have dealt very treacherously, right? The man is sinned exposed, and we're whining. We're not whining because, you know, that's a vibration like wah, 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 you know what I mean? But we're complaining about this place, you know. We're complaining about this place, complaining about this people. So honestly, this isn't anything already. So, you know, I guess we can, you know, we're it's not really complaining. We're really just rebuking this place, saying that, you know, this place is wicked. These Edomites are wicked, you know. They're satanic. They infect, you know, our children, our wives, you know, with this wicked doctrine, and you know, our parents, and you know, they just bring nothing but death and destruction wherever they go. And we're not gonna sit here and support this shit, you know. And that's the kind of time in that we're just gonna be on, you know, because, you know. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Or fire shut in my phones. Yes, this is the book of Jeremiah 20. This is after I believe Jeremiah was like locked up. It went into it. Yeah, I believe he was locked up. Then I said, I'll not make mention of him, nor speak more in his name. His word was in my heart as a burning fire shut in my bones, as a word of forbearing, and I could not stay. You know, so that's how important, you know, that's how much the Spirit was on him. He had to talk on the name, you know. He had to talk on the name. So as I said before, you know, through the Holy Spirit, we're just compelled to go out there and teach, you know. We're commanded to, and we really do, you know, try our best, you know, to come out there week in, week out. So, Lord, and you brothers were edified, and I'm going to say, Shalom, forgive me for the garment. You know, I tried to keep it on, but thought everyone was downstairs and I could just pretty much just, you know, rock out in truth and be okay. But sometimes Mom has a nasty habit of, just busting the door and saying, hey, like the fucking, for like no fucking reason sometimes, and I cannot allow them to catch my garment or that I'm a part of the truth, and I don't want them to know. I want it to be a secret. It's none of their business. They don't need to know. So that's pretty much it. Low one, you brothers will edify. As always, I say, Kalayim Ba Yehovah Bashim Yahushai. I say, Kalayim Ba Yehovah Bashim Yahushai Bashim Havakakodash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and GMS who do rule and teach well. And Shalom.